So you'd have one mind, one body, and then you choose if you want to put the additional one in mind or body. And then at each rank, you get an additional ability point. So all that stays the same. The only difference is I'd never liked it to have 0. Hey, everybody, by the way, we're talking rules and we're talking new advantage, disadvantage rules. I never liked the idea of having 0 in body or mind anyways. So it's a minor rule change, honestly, where at rank 1, every character will have 1 body, 1 mind, and then you'll just choose where to put that additional rank 1 point.
So do we all get an extra point to choose for each of our characters then? Because at rank 3,
No.
we've got...
You need to move, if you have 0 in one, you need to move the 1 point from the other one to the one that is 0. So y'all should have
So this
at
current
rank
change
1.
is...
So
The current...
right now, let's look at the rule book, because it's gonna be rank plus 2 ability points.
When I
So
made Grant, when I made Grant, I'm pretty sure it was like a equal parts body and mind. But for the other two, I put everything into body and nothing in mind. So those two would get the 1 point, but then Grant wouldn't.
You just need to make sure you don't have 0 in anything. So if you have 0 in anything, that needs to be 1.
So take away a point from body to put into mind, or...
Give me 1 second, and I'll tell you what to do.
Because, like, if you go into the character sheet for Mike Mitchson, he's got a 4 in body, 0 in mind. Because I'm trying to make him skewed toward that.
I'm thinking about how I want to change this. So we want to have... Okay, so first off, let's talk about if it's even necessary. The thought process is if you have disadvantage, you don't get to subtract anything. If you already have a 0, then that means disadvantage will do nothing to you. But that's not really a big deal, because having 0 is kind of like you already have a disadvantage. So do we need to make the rule?
I don't think.
Because to me,
I don't think so. Because you're still increasing. So by putting 0 in a stat, so say I had a character with 0 mind, even if it kind of rules out the fact that disadvantage doesn't really mean anything to you, every mind check you make now is technically a disadvantage. So exactly. I think allowing for 0 is still fine.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. As I was thinking about it, because technically you've always got disadvantage. You said it perfectly, Chris. So I don't have a problem with that. Let's just leave the ability points the way they are. Caden, you were going to say something?
Okay. Well, now that we decided we're leaving the points, it takes away my question. But did you guys think about doing, like, for the advantage and disadvantage, doing like adding and subtracting rank?
I thought about adding and subtracting. I did think about that. Okay.
But if you subtract rank,
rank,
wouldn't that punish you for being a higher level character?
yes. And that's why. So I didn't think about doing it with rank. I thought about doing it with your ability points, but I didn't like that, because then you're penalized if you have a higher ability points, and it's making it harder. And that doesn't. So I did think about that, Caden. And then, like Silas is saying, for rank, that means that higher ranked character has a greater disadvantage than a lower ranked character, and that doesn't really jive either. Let's try it. Let's try it the way that it's set now, and this is what we'll try, and we'll see how we like this. So keep your ability points the way they are. It's okay to have 0. That just means you're choosing to always have disadvantage on that roll. For advantage, okay, let's just go normal roll. Do it like we always have. 2d10 minus body or mind. For advantage, you then additionally get to subtract your rank as well. So y'all are rank 3, so you get to subtract 3 more if you have advantage. If you have disadvantage, you get no modifier to your roll. So we'll try that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So the idea is we don't want to be rolling. We're already rolling 2 dice. We don't want to roll 4 dice. We want to roll 6 dice. And that brings me to super points and re-rolling super points. I want to make an adjustment there. Shouldn't be able to pretty much re-roll. If you got a lot of super points, it's getting to the point where every turn you can re-roll. You can re-roll. We need the dice to tell the story better. So I've got a couple options here that I want to pitch to y'all, and we can do a vote. So the two options that I have up front, or either we limit the number of times you can use a super point to reroll per short rest. So maybe equal to your rank. Your rank 3, you can reroll 3 times per short rest. Or it takes a quick action to use a super point to reroll. Those are my two ideas. What do y'all think?
I like the quick action. Out of those two options, I like the quick action the most. Because that's almost like, it almost, what's the word I'm looking for? It adds a narrative weight to when you're re-rolling, because now you've messed up, your characters realize they've messed up, so they're taking a little bit of extra time to try and save it. So that would explain to me why you would cost a quick action for that. So I do like that.
And it
But if
limits
it
how much
costs a quick
use.
action, then you can't really use it for any move that requires a full round
Mhm.
action, though.
Yep,
So
exactly.
we've talked
Yeah.
So
earlier.
that kind of
That's the whole point, is to put some controls on it. There aren't many things that require.
disincentivizes people from using a full round action even further, because not only would that take away your movement like it already does, that would also take away any chance to reroll. So you might as well just stick with something that uses just a
Yeah,
standard action instead.
but why do you need to reroll every time, Silas? That's the question. Should you really
I don't need
always
to reroll every time, but
reroll?
some people like
I'm
to
not going to use my
reroll and
four-round
not
action.
make
I
their
want to make
full
sure I
round
can.
wasted.
I'm not going to use my four-round action because I want to make sure I can re-roll every time. That's your choice, man. But you can also go ahead and use the four-round action and let the dice fucking decide what happens, right? So
I mean,
re-rolling's not a right; it's a
if you
privilege.
if you're gonna fuck up the first roll either way, you could either fuck up the standard roll and have a chance to reroll, or you could fuck up the full round action and then have nothing to do the whole
Right.
turn.
You shouldn't be guaranteed a success anytime, right, Silas? So there should always be the option to fail. That's part of the whole game. So sure, you could do a four-round action and fail. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? Shouldn't you fail sometimes? You
When you
should fail a
fail,
lot
it's
more than y'all are failing.
when you fail, you can't even move.
Yeah,
Like there's a difference between whiffing an attack and then being able to just move out of the way. But
Yeah, but
yeah.
think about
that's
what
just
some of these full round actions are, though. These full round
Uh-huh.
actions are pretty major, like turning point abilities. You're
They take
already using something that's going to be major. I mean, that's the risk. You risk blowing a full round.
Silas wants to keep being able to overuse and spam his fucking hoarding thing. Your hoarding thing takes one opponent completely out. It should fail about half the time. So I don't feel sorry for you not being able to re-roll a fucking full round action.
yeah.
Other full round actions are being able to rip limbs off, and you shouldn't be arguing, Silas, what's going to benefit your character, man, because you got to understand, dude. I can do the same shit against you. Your enemies are going to have to do the same thing. They're going to have to use a full round action, and they don't ever get super points to re-roll.
Mm.
So I mean, keep that in mind too. Y'all already have the advantage of rerolling sometimes. I see what you're saying, that if it takes a quick action, that you can never use a super point on a four-round action. And actually, that sells it to me even more. I don't think you should be able to rechance ripping somebody's arm off or completely taking out a character out of the fucking, for at least a round. You should have to roll for that shit. Caden, what are your thoughts?
So I was thinking about like the advantage like dilemma of like re-rolling, and do we need super points to like re-roll if we want the dice to tell the story? Because you already like have like the thing where we can spend super points to like lower our roll. So
So
I
do we
mean
want
that
to do one or the other? That's a good question. Do we want to just have super points be used to lower rolls? Because
Yeah, that'd be
I
better.
don't like and then I could tell you what the target is, And then you could decide if you want to use your super points. Now,
Like that could be fun, and then it like takes out
I
like the
do like
whole
that
four
better.
dice thing.
I don't like re-rolling, like you're saying, Kane, and that's a good point you're bringing up. Is we should step back and look at the whole re-rolling thing in general. I don't like re-rolling. We're already rolling 2 dice, and the game is based so much off that first roll. If you get doubles, you get a super point. If you get 2 1s, that's a weird win. 2 10s, weird fail. So re-rolling those dice to me kind of messes up the whole game itself. So I like just using super points to either activate a weird power, which is once per short rest. Originally in the rules, it was like you can do it a number of times equal to rank per short rest, but weird powers are OP. So it's going to be once per day for weird powers, and then the rounds are determined by your rank. So 4 rounds, rank +1. So do we just keep super points for using weird powers and lowering your roll? So far, that's my favorite. I don't like rerolls.
I
So I want
wasn't
to hear from Chris.
I wasn't sold on that until you mentioned that we are trying to lessen the number of rolls. That does keep things going. Uh, and I mean, I like the idea because now it feels like it's points based. You know, it's I'm going to spend these points to bring the roll down. Um, are you thinking? Are we still thinking 1 point at a time? Or if I had like 3
I'd
super
say a
points,
max
could
of
I
3.
just? Okay.
Let's cap it at your rank.
Okay.
Do we want to say you can subtract a number of super points equal to your rank?
Yeah.
I
No, that
like
makes
that.
more
So
sense.
that as you rank up, you get more successful and you have more options there. Silas, are you comfortable with that? Because
Yeah,
now,
that's good.
for a full round action, you can lower your roll. You can apply that to your roll. It won't take away being able to modify a full round action. I think that addresses your issue, which was valid. It's just what Chris was saying. Full round actions are so fucking OP, anyways, that they really shouldn't succeed every time. Uh, that's that's a game changer right there. So, do we want to test it that way? Uh, to test it with super points, you no rerolls. Our roll is our roll. And then if you have advantage, you subtract rank in addition to your ability points, and you can subtract up to a rank number of super points from your roll. And what are our controls on that? That's what's that? Once per round, once per turn, or do we limit that to once per short rest, being able to subtract? I think since we're doing it this way, you'll
Once
probably
per
run out
round.
of once per
I mean,
round.
it'll burn through super points.
I don't know. This is what I was about to say. Yeah, and I give y'all a good bit.
Yeah.
I give y'all a good bit of super points. So I feel like it's going to make it
If
more
you
of a
roll like a
commodity.
if you roll like a 19, there's no super points that will save you from that most likely.
Let's
Well,
uh
yeah,
let's let's test middle of the road on that and then adjust from there. Let's do short rest. Once per short rest for now. And if it feels like it's too much, then we know we can drop it back to once per day. And if it feels like it's not happening enough, then we can move it to
I'd say we
whatever
pitch it.
else.
Let's try it the other way, because once per short rest, then you're only going to be able to modify one of your rolls during a combat. Can we test it the other way, where it's just once per round? You can do that,
Sure.
and then if we need to bump it up to short rest, because like Caden said, you're going to run out of super points if you do that a few times. Because I mean, y'all don't have 50.
Yeah.
Y'all have y'all end up with like 10 at points.
I think Gene right now is down to
So
like 3.
yeah, the only other pitch I have, and then we'll jump in. We could tweak it. If y'all still want an option to reroll, we could up the number of points it requires to reroll and say that it takes 3 points to reroll. So we could say you could use 1 to 3 points, keep that the same, or you could use 3 points to reroll. And then that'll burn through your points pretty fast as well.
I like that because now that starts to feel a lot like kind of like what Cypher does with effort. You can spend a little bit of
Hmm.
effort for a little bit of gain, or you can spend some extra effort for a bigger gain.
So you can subtract up to your rank, or you can use 3 to re-roll a roll. I like that because that really makes you think about it.
Yeah.
Instead of I'm just gonna re-roll. You're like, oh shit, this is a weird power. This is 3 points. So what do y'all think, Kate and Silas, about still having the option to re-roll, but it's gonna cost you?
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of want to try getting rerolls out of the game, but I mean,
I
if you
prefer,
want to try,
but don't players
if you
like
want to
that?
try,
Don't you think, Caden, that a lot of players like every once in a while to be at a re-roll?
We could just raise the amount of super points it takes to re-roll if it
I think
feels too spammy.
I think keeping it 3 fixes both issues. 3 is a pretty heavy price to pay for a single reroll. And if people don't want to roll twice, they're going to save those points for a weird power. I'm already telling you right now, I would rather save those 3 points for a weird power than use it for a reroll.
So, Kate, I'm with you because the ideal system is we would never have rerolls. Like whatever you roll is just modified from there, and we just go with and let the dice tell the story. But on the other hand, I could see it from a player's side of every once in a while being able to reroll. And then how about shit? I'm almost with Caden though, y'all. I almost like a system that doesn't have any rerolls.
I just actually, are we still going to keep? So I mean, I agree. Some people like to reroll. A lot of the attraction for this game is people like to make the dice go clicky clacky. But if we're trying to work rerolls out, what is that going to mean for certain power features that allow to reroll? Are we still going to keep those power features allowing to reroll, or are we going to completely kick that ability for that feature out and just turn it into like an advantage roll or something like that?
I say rerolling as part of a power feature is legitimate versus part of the integral game mechanics.
I'm on
That
board
makes
with
it even more special.
I'm on board with that now even more because that means if somebody does want rerolls, then all they got to do is take
They can
that
do more.
power. That puts it
They can
in
take
their
more.
control. Yeah.
Boom. Yes, good point. So the type of player who really wants to be able to reroll sometimes can take Oracle, and they can have the opportunity to reroll if that's how they want to play the game. Yes. Okay. So, okay,
makes that
I'm
power
with
so
you,
much
man.
cooler too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Oracle's going to be
Yeah,
a big pick, I think.
so it's like in D&D that sorcerer, the divination.
Yeah.
Oh, they can only pretty much only do that now. Only people with Oracle will be able to do that.
Or that fucking pain in the ass feat. Fucking what is it? That halflings have halfling luck, where they can like
Luck,
they can
draw
re-roll a
one,
damn like
or,
critical failure.
uh, or when rogues get to a certain level, they can just never be below like 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
You roll, you just take like I don't even need to roll. This is already won. You're like, okay, just close the book, shut everything. All right, you won D&D. Everybody go home. Do anything you try to do, you win. Good job. Game over. That's how I felt last week with Silas's rolls. All right, Silas, you win. Let's everybody go home. Silas, why don't you just tell us what happens? Since rolls don't matter. Just tell us how your character beats the fucking game. That shit was ridiculous. I
Yeah.
was not happy with that situation. Y'all, it
I think it
triggered.
was generally an issue with the site that I was using to roll the digital die. It works fine for rolling 2d10s, but for whatever reason, it tries to distribute the rolls to make it
Yeah.
fair. You know how random shuffle works on certain apps where it's not a true shuffle. They
Yeah, you
try
get
to
into
distribute the amount of songs every once in a while.
a loop
I think it tried to do
sometimes.
that if you use like if you roll 3 or more dice. If you roll 2, it's fine, but if you roll 3 or more, then it tries to
I noticed
fair
that
shuffle.
with the one I was using, Chris, that it wasn't giving me any doubles. It was not producing doubles on the one I used when we played Thursday, and I had to
Which
tell it.
which digital
I
die
was using
rollers do y'all use? Because whenever I roll dice digitally, I use Google, and Google's always
I use
been
rolladie.net.
That's what I'm using now, just the Google Dice Roller, which is better. I was like using AI because I was doing other shit in the AI,
yeah.
and I was also having to do my dice, and it wasn't giving me doubles ever. I was like, you can give doubles sometimes. So then it was like, oh, okay, and then it gave me doubles, and I was like, you motherfucker.
Jesus. No, I
Like this is
remember
not.
I was because
'Cause I don't have my dice.
I used to open Roll20 and use it as a die roller. But I read something online that said Google's random number generator, like the actual built-in one to the browser,
Yeah.
is super good, and it doesn't do the same thing because Roll20 does the same thing you're talking about, Silas, where it tries to correct its randomness. It tries to like achieve a true randomness, but in a way it lessens it. And Google actually uses like something called like noise generation or something like that to help keep their rolls random. But nothing's better than the ones Caden just showed. Nothing's better than good old fizzies.
I know. I wish I
Can't
had
get
them
more
with
random
me.
than unmodified fizzies.
I should have brought them. Can't believe I left them at home. Yeah, I'm not at home base, y'all. I don't have my damn dice. All right. So before we jump in, I'm going to be listening, but I'm going to step away for one moment. During this one moment, I would like, in the order of Chris, Caden, Silas, I would like you all to pick a random individual in the multiverse who's getting ready to watch episode 33 of SupPR LA, and I want y'all to just give us a quick little vignette. I want you to as the camera pans across the multiverse and sees people, are you getting your snacks together? Are you using the toilets or whatever your species does? I want you to give us, each of you, just a quick short, this is who I am, and this is what I'm doing and getting ready for the show. And I also want you to tell us who your favorite character is on SupPR LA. So Chris, start us off.
I think name's Gucko. I grew from some slime on the side of a ship, as well as most of my folks and family do. We create ourselves through budding. And the way we like to watch TV is here. We got this giant square thing that was on the ship that crashed here that we've learned to operate to some degree. Allows us to see further other universes beyond our planet. We've learned it's called. As for snacks, we just get a bunch of bugs that we found around that can't no longer move and kind of let them just kind of float in our gooey forms and digest via the acids and whatnot. But yeah, me and my family, we're all going to gather over here on this half a barrel, and we're going to watch the big cube show us another episode of Super Weird LA. I got to say, my favorite character, that's a hard choice. I kind of like some of the side characters. I'm a big fan of Susan. I like it when she shows up. And I'm looking forward to finding out this mystery about this black cat that seems to be going on around behind the scenes. But anyways, I'm looking forward to the good show. It pops a beetle into his gel-like, almost living moss form, and you see it slowly dissolve as it falls through his body.
Heck yeah. All
All
right.
right.
And then we transfer from that scene to a bathroom, men's bathroom. There's a bunch of potties on there lined against both sides of the walls, and there's one stall, and the stall's open, and there's somebody who looks like a human with their head in the toilet, just like full on in the toilet. After a second, Randall Rash, here to watch another. Oh man, it's something going on in my mouth. While watching, tuning in. It's hard to tune in when you have to breathe underwater. And as you like look at his head, he's just like a gecko head, absolute gecko attached to like a human body. Oh man, I just can't get enough. You know, it's like drugs. Once you go down, it's hard to come back up. Whew. I really like I like honestly my I don't like any of the main characters really. But like what I really like is like the weird worlds that they go to, because like I'm just in this office, and it like pans out to the back to the bathroom for a second before going back to him.
Right.
Yeah, I just like the office, but like
Okay.
seeing all the weird world, like those like flying fish people. That was sick, dude. All right. I don't want to miss anything.
All right. Silas.
We pan to some desolate section of the detour where we see a ogre watching another guy with a TV for a head just trembling in place, saying, "Oi, my name's Bunk. I used to work on the highways before the earspringers put me out of a job. But this here super weird. It's pretty funny." I like watching them get into a scrap. Don't see any vehicles there yet, but it'll probably come up soon. Let's watch. And then he clicks the remote, which does nothing. It says, "Hey, change the channel." Yes, sir.
I'm sure he's stoked by the ending of the last episode where the Superbot was on a soul ride, a Tron style motorcycle. So finally, we have some vehicles involved as our different multitude, billions, trillions of people and other entities across the multiverse sit, stand, perch, slither, swim, gurgle, and hop their way to whatever their viewing device is as a certain sound can be heard across the multiverse. Fellas, I don't even have my mask. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, gets weird now. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, gets weird now. We hear our SupPR LA theme music begin to jam out. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, gets weird now. Our narrator pipes in. All right, Sweirdos, Super Sunday has arrived. So grab your cows and capes because it's time to get super weird. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, gets weird now. We get a montage of various scenes, actually from our last episode of Super RLA. We got Carvine, Gene, and Grant diving into the digital expanse of the Super Room, where a sea of floating islands materializes around. In the next scene, Carvine is teleporting the team between floating islands. On the first one, Nat is being held hostage by a weather controlling astral projecting superbot. The team fights off the bot to save Nat. Or the digital version of that. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka. It's weird. And the next scene, the team is porting onto another island. They're fighting off an age altering superbot to save an elderly ant. Flashes by. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka. In the next scene, we see Grant go gadget helicoptering down, holding on to Nat,
That's
floating
Gene.
down. Oh, Gene. Sorry, it says Grant in my notes, but yes, it was Gene. Had Gene, our old man. It's supposed to start with G's. Okay, give me a break. Helicoptering down Gene with his propeller, his hat, and pure gadget style. Slowly taking Nat down to this island that's far below, sailing past them, blinking, landing, splat onto the ground as this ball, which is Grant covering Carvine, covering Ant, and it slams into the ground, dealing some pretty significant damage to the first few layers. Minor damage to Ant, very, very minor damage to Ant, literally minor. As those crew on the ground of this square floating island, bigger than the others that you were on before. This one's probably about 200-foot side lengths. As you're gathering yourselves after this big fall from our partial fall, partial teleportation plan, that did a pretty good job of protecting your hostage. That's the final scene of our montage as wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, gets weird now. Wow, wow, chicka. The music begins to fade out. Welcome back to Super RLA, a Super Weird Studios production. This episode of Super RLA brought to you by Dream Loops. Sleep forever, wake never. A neon accented logo spins in, showing a vibrant, twisted loop over the slogan for Dream Loops. Then the logo spins out, replaced by a live camera feed. As the episode begins, the camera shows an overhead shot of the scene with the Super Room combat simulation, which has been transformed into this sea of what was covered in floating islands. but now has been reduced to 2. Island that you were on previously, where you saved Ant, rescued your second hostage, and the one far below, where now we find 2 of our 3 characters standing. We do have Grant and Carbine, who are gathering themselves, along with Ant, who they took down. She's kind of holding her arm, elbow. That worked pretty good. Uh, Coming down, coptering down. As the camera pans up, we have Gene and Nat dangling. Come on, get us down there, old man. He looks hurt. What the fuck is that? She motions towards the top northern part of the island where you've got a nondescript superbot sitting upon a like futuristic Tron style hover bike. The superbot looks no different than the other superbots from before. It's this metallic, uh, silver metallic look with a visor. Uh, no discernible features beyond that. You do hear coming from a crate that is strapped to the back of the bike as you heard Nat and Ant call out for Misfit. Their cat has apparently been kidnapped. I know, that's fucked up. As without a word, the superbot begins to haul ass around the perimeter of this island. Roll initiative. As a reminder, Gene, you're still about 50 feet away in the air. I will pull up our map, which I have crafted for you folks. And if y'all could pop your rolls into Twitch, I suppose I should open Twitch.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't forget to put your rolls into Twitch.
Yeah, it'll help if I actually had Twitch open and I was watching us. I really like starting out with our different multiverse viewers. I'm not going to tell y'all to be prepared to do that every time, but you should be prepared to do that every time.
I would like to gift some of my super points to Silas. I really enjoyed being reminded of the
Detour.
detour. Super cool. Super cool. Put me in a good mood.
You know what? I want to build that as a rule into the game that you players can gift each other super points over a short rest.
In that case, Silas, take a super point. I'm going to take one off of Gene. Give it to Grant.
Oh, yeah.
How would that have
10.
looked? How does that look in the game? Like that's almost like a bardic inspiration. So what does Gene actually do in the game to represent giving him this bit of intangible something?
Good job sucking up all that damage with that fall. I didn't know your ants could armor them that well. Way to go, Grant.
Thank you, mate. He just weakly gives the equivalent of a thumbs up.
Like a half-formed thumbs up out of ants.
Awesome. I love it. All right, I made a note. That's a really, I love that. Players should definitely be interacting like that. It helps with RP too. All right. So let's see what we have here: a 12, a 5, and a 6. Now, one thing I am gonna I want to start doing to help us with our logistics here is I'm going to put some kind of indication in between rolls so I know where the last rolls are and where the new rolls are. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell. So I'll probably just pop like a,
I could do like a few hyphens like this.
yeah, I was just going to do that. Uh, that way we'll know where they pick up. So we're refining it as we go. So we have a 12, a 5, and a 6. We go low to high. So y'all rolled 2d10 and subtracted your rank.
Yep.
I'm assuming here for this, just as a reminder for not only y'all but anybody who's watching. And this is going to be it's in seniority order. The dice have decided that we're going in order of when I met y'all. For you, Chris, how old are you now? You're 40.
40.
You're 30. You're 40. You're 40 now.
Venerable.
So for Chris, it was 40 years on his birthday, his actual birthday when he was born. And for the rest of y'all, it hasn't been quite that long. But for Caden, man, we'll have to look, man. It's been a couple years by now, it feels like. And Silas, you've been around for a minute too, man. Uh, awesome to have y'all. So it's going to be Gene, then Carvine, then Grant. Now, what I'll say to you, Gene, is that you are 50 feet above the island. You saw them slam hard. They're gathering themselves up. You see this. I didn't move it over yet because I'm doing, I'm doing a lot. So let me give you all the map. At the northern part is, hey, kitty, is this hover bike riding superbot that is starting to zoom. And we'll say it's got this trail behind it, this Tron trail of, we'll just call it like a purely white light that's streaking off behind it. And the world is yours. It is your turn, Gene.
Gene's going to take this round to land. Just I'm about 50 feet away. That's a
Yes, since
full
you're
round, I
carrying,
believe.
since you're carrying her and you're not very strong, it's hampering your movement. So you could use your movement and your action to get standard action to get all the way down there and land.
Absolutely, and I want to land near where they all landed, so that we're all clustered together.
Okay, so that's going to give you your quick action.
I'm gonna keep my quick action. I'm gonna hold on to it just in case I need to keep myself from catching fire or something. Not that that's ever happened to any of my characters before, but just so I have it ready.
Awesome. All right. In that case, that will bring us to your turn, Carvine, as you see making a soft landing with Nat, who immediately runs over and checks on Ant. "Oh, your arm. What happened? I don't think it's broken. It feels weak. It's going to be bruised. Yeah, I can see it's already bruising it. Seems like it had a softer landing." She kind of gives y'all a little bit of a look. Carbine and as it is your turn, Carbine.
I'm down, Gene. Carvine says his arm just completely dislocated.
Oh,
Uh,
that doesn't look good.
What y'all doing
doesn't
in
feel
the
good.
fucking chat?
Oh no, teacher called us.
Um,
We've been hacked by some of my middle school students, I see. Uh, what was happening again? I got distracted.
uh,
My
Grant
pocket.
gave us Grant gave us healing mushrooms before we jumped off. So can I use like my standard action to feed Ant a mushroom?
Wouldn't take a standard action, man. You could toss it to her with a free action.
Yeah. It's a free action to eat it. I just pasted the thing in chat.
Okay, I will toss one to her.
You know I'm not a mean GM. I'm not gonna make you waste your standard action giving me a fucking mushroom. What kind of GMs you been playing
Okay.
with? Hurt you, Caden? Who?
My best friend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 4 round action to fucking pull out that knife. Sorry, bro.
Uh,
Oh, you gotta tie your shoelaces. Full round action.
Sorry. It's gonna take 1 minute of concentration.
or your half speed for the entire combat. Sorry, man. Don't make the rules.
You
Just
one? No,
enforce them.
immobilized. You move, you trip.
All right. Assuming they're a short distance away, I want to teleport to the super bot. with my quick action. Trust me, guys, this will work. I would like to pepper spray them.
Yeah, pepper spray the super bot.
Gene's gonna
It's
face.
gonna be.
Gene's gonna face palm.
I will tell you, it's gonna be challenging to pepper spray this bot as it's zooming around. So it's currently in motion, uh,
Mm,
going pretty fast. As you definitely would have to plan, obviously, to teleport in front of it and then try to spray. And as it riding past, you also know that it doesn't have eyes. So a couple things to
mm.
keep in mind.
All right, all right. I will switch to plan then.
You can
Instead,
do, you can
I'll
do
try to
whatever you want.
teleport.
I'm just giving you the details.
Yeah, okay. I will teleport like in front of the bot direction, like off to the side, and I want to try to taser his wheel, one of his wheels. that's that's
Okay.
gonna be what I'm trying to do.
So as a hover bike, it doesn't have wheels,
Oh, dang it.
but
Okay, plan C.
these aren't new information. I said hover bike. I said he was moving. Those happened before your turn, brother. So I'm not throwing extra shit at you. I'm just reminding you of what's happening. I feel like I'm parrying you with reminders. I parry
Yes,
everything.
I'm getting him countered. All right, I want to teleport onto
Ah.
the bike, and I want to taser this.
Well, as I said earlier, and I'm just fucking with you. You could definitely try to teleport onto the bike.
Did you not hear me earlier when I said it was immune to teleportation? Had an anti-teleportation shield around it.
Did you also miss the part where it's not actually a bike, it's a ghost bike, and it's not real? So sorry, bro. That's not gonna work either. It's a you can definitely try to teleport onto the bike. In fact, that's something you can do without trying because that's just one of your abilities. It's with now. I did say, I did say this was 200 feet across. What's your teleport range?
Oh, it's a short distance. I'm pretty sure. Never mind then.
You can
It's
use your
far.
movement. You can use your movement to get within range and then teleport.
Oh, it's a medium range. Sorry, not a short range.
Okay, you got it. You can use your movement,
Yeah,
and
okay.
then you'd have to move a little closer.
Deal. Sign me up.
All right. All
Two
right.
step it.
So you teleport onto the bike, and I'll say you're in between the bot that's driving the bike and the cat that is like in this fixed kind of crate that's attached to the bike and like locked in.
Heck yeah. All right, I'm tasing the bot.
Gonna tase it. All right. Yeah, that'll probably work better than pepper spray. Uh, go for it.
All right. Don't gotta tell me twice.
Why is Carbine kitted out like a lady going to club in a bad side of town?
That's
This
all.
is what
Oh man, I'm rolled shit.
I
I
got a
get a
7.
16. So that's 9. So that's 1, 2. That's a major one. And it's electrical damage. So we're gonna say that this bot's vulnerable. So it's gonna double.
Oh man. Nice ride.
Mhm. It
It's my
realizes
turn
you're
now.
there, like tries to look back and the let me think about this.
I've been hanging out
Okay.
with Arbin too much.
So here's what happens. The electrical current doesn't only travel through the conducting bot, but travels through the actual hover bike itself. The cat and you are both on the hover bike, and the cat is in like a part of the hover bike that's like this metallic shell kind of on the back seat area. So both y'all take a minor shock as you both take 1 hit point of damage. Cat like making
Didn't see that
like
coming.
a pained sound as y'all didn't take the full brunt of it, but part of that current traveled through the bike, and you hear the bike actually take a little bit of damage as well as current travels through conductors.
Yep, should have seen that coming. All right, who's next?
You say that in character. Who's next? Ow.
Gene holds his hand out to Grant, like, go on. Like, oh.
All right. Grant, you're up.
Grant is going to slowly get up, and I already posted the power in the chat, but he's going to pluck a healing mushroom off his body and heal it for 7 points. Okay, dang, he's already up to full again. And I know it says it's a free action to
Right.
both pluck and eat, but I'm not gonna. Oh no, wait! It says you can only do it once a day. Never mind. And Grant is going to pull out his gun and try to shoot at the bot on the bike, hover bike.
Okay. Blast off. Give me a body check. Blast
That
off.
is a 9.
Okay. And oh, a 7.
Mm.
Hee hee. All right. So was able to dodge on its bike supernaturally quickly and avoid your shot. What's next, Grant?
Uh, he's gonna try one more offhand attack. Can you do an offhand attack with a ranged weapon? I can't remember if that's all attacks or just melee.
If it's a light weapon and you're wielding it in both hands and you're wielding 2 of them, then you can.
Yeah, he's got 2 guns because he thought that was a good idea. So he's going to try one offhand attack with a gun.
Disadvantage.
Yep. And disadvantage is we subtract nothing, so that's an 11.
Okay. 6. Seems to be very quick. And in fact, the first one is the dodging, and then the next one you have a solid shot. He pulls up his arm, and it turns into a deflector shield, like an actual shield. It spreads out and thins out, and he redirects it, and then it turns back into a normal limb.
Oh shit, where's it redirect?
What's that?
You said it that the shield redirected the second one. Did it ricochet into any of the clients
It
or?
just
We
off
just,
into the
we
air.
just see Nat fall over.
Yeah.
That was just for flavor. It was just for
Okay.
flavor. But it obviously can transform its limbs. All right. Oh shit. I'm just looking at these powers. All right. So, anything else for Grant's turn?
That's it for him.
Okay. So, hmm. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just giggling at these powers that this guy has. This is crazy. All right. So the first thing he's going to do is he is going to hold up a hand, and it's going to turn into like a scythe. and it's going to turn backwards, and his head's going to turn backwards, and his other arm's going to turn backwards, and his waist is going to, like, at his torso, flip. All this at the same time as he's now facing you, legs still facing forward on the bike as it turns, and he goes to swipe at you, Carvine, with a scythe-like hand, and you can see the other one forming into a scythe as well. I need a body counter check.
Oh,
Damn, I'm rolling good now.
Lord. I'm gonna use 3 super points to lower my roll by 3.
Okay.
Uh, that's gonna be a 6.
I don't. I don't like. Wait, we decided we're doing rerolls, man. Only the Oracle. That's what we're gonna play test.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't re-roll. I spent super points to lower my roll.
Okay.
Are we
I
not
thought
doing
you
that?
said reroll. I thought you said the reroll. And I was like, what did we decide
My
on?
gosh.
Because I don't like rerolls. I'm glad we're not rerolling because I immediately was like, fuck rerolls. As soon as you said it. I'll have to deal with Oracle, though. Everybody's going to take Oracle as their next feature at their next rank, but it's limited how many times you can do it. So a 6 after your reroll. Unfortunately for you, I rolled a 6 before subtracting my 2 for his body, so I rolled a 4. You do not need to waste those 3 points because honestly, I'll tell you what you need to hit. So don't waste those 3 because did you bring it down to a 3 or did you bring it down to a 6?
I brought it down to a 6.
Okay, so yeah, I got a 4. So it's going to actually do minor wound as he slashes across, and it comes across your chest, and you feel this like stinging slash, and then it's going to go to take another slash.
Oh, what the
Oh,
heck? Oh, good.
this one's not good. So you got a chance here.
I mean,
12,
again.
12, 12.
Okay. With my analytical mind feature, I have advantage on attack counter checks versus opponents that have previously attacked me.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I get to try out the advantage.
Good job using knowing your features.
So it's going to be -3 is a 6, -4 is a 2.
Well, that's good enough. As you're ready for this second slash as it comes across against limb forming into this curved bladed scythe like arm slashes at you, and you're able to dodge out of the way as duck and dodge, as that's going to be his turn, but we're not done, as he has been moving this whole time. So we're gonna do, this needs to go, should already be back there. Oh, it's already gonna bring this whole crew. We'll group y'all together. And as he comes here, he screw the bike almost as though the bike has a mind of its own. It's gonna and out of what looked like a like visor like headlight in the front of it is gonna come a beam of energy beam aimed for you, Grant, burning and crackling through the air as this massive laser beam blasts forth. I need a body counter check.
That is
Blast off in a straight line right at you.
that is a 5. I spent a couple super points to lower that.
Okay, don't use super points until you ask me because I'll tell you, and then you don't want to be wasting your super points. So it was a 10. Was what the blast off was, and that's going to be. Let me check something here. Actually, Gene, this is going to be a weapon that's in a straight line, so it's going to blast through, and at this angle, it's gonna hit you as well if you don't dodge. So you dodge out of the way, Grant, and you realize that the beam's continuing through you and possibly slamming into Gene. Body
Jack
count.
Jane.
Where I hate ducks. Gene's gonna try to jump out of the way, or rather,
11.
shuffle out of the way. 11. Ooh. I'm gonna spend. Is it 1 point per point? Once your point per point. You know what? I'm not gonna spend them yet. I'm gonna tank the hit.
Okay. So what'd you roll?
13. It's not too bad.
Okay, so the minor wound, but you immediately are engulfed in flame as this burning laser beam hits you and catches you on fire. Yeah, burning is a real thing. Burning is like, you remember when you were a kid how you thought quicksand was going to be really bad? That's how burning actually is, and super weird. So you suffer an additional 2 hit points and mental points of damage as you catch on fire. And then at the end of each turn, you will suffer an additional major wound, 2 hit points. You have disadvantage on all checks while you're burning. You can use a quick action to extinguish the flames on your turn. So it's going to be 3 hit points, 2 mental points, as the flames not only start to scorch you and give you this intense pain, but it also is traumatic mentally, as you just feel this intense anxiety that comes along with shock, that comes along with all that pain. Yeah. That is going to then bring us to Ant and Nat, who are smart enough to stay back and, in fact, huddle together down here. Oh shit, he's on fire. Um, Nat is going to run over and use her quick action to put you out. Shit. Ant and Nat, both of them come over. One Ant with her good arm, and Nat with her. So, you okay? Are you okay? Shit.
Thank you, young lady. I'm fine. Stay safe.
Okay. She's going around the outside.
Eat my mushroom.
Eat the mushroom. The
So she
mushroom.
definitely, yeah, Ant definitely eats it, and shit. As they're running towards the middle, Nat's, come on, to the middle. She grabs Ant and jumps, and then lands in the middle, and then you see Nat go into analysis mode as she's clocking this guy, and you see her pull out some of her moves that are featured in the Scuffle Grit, as she is known for being brilliant strategically and for her leaping abilities. As she now seems to be protecting Ant with her, who's moving her arm now that she ate the mushroom. Wow, it feels better. And full analysis mode for Nat. As that brings us back up to you, Carbine. You're on the bike.
Gene goes before me.
Uh, oh, we have it backwards on here, but it's right in my notes. That's right. So it's going to be. Thank you. We just didn't update it from last time. All right, Gene, your go, bro.
Upon seeing Nat leap, now he's not on fire. Gene is going to instill powers, which is the name of the actual thing, but we all know how it works for Gene. He opens a door in his chest. He begins running around for an item. The hat on his head just disappears. As he instills another item with a feature. He takes out a pair of old leather boots that have wound up springs on the bottom of them. I'm going to borrow Nat's leaper ability, and I'm going to throw the boots over to Grant. Get on that bike.
All right. Uh, Grant, you are tossed a pair of boots that will give you the leaper power. So now you can jump very far if you put these boots on.
Right. Grant puts the boots on. And what's power? What's the exact wording of the leaper power? Could you put that in chat?
I will post it.
I would say since these are like magical, you could like just pull them on over what you have going on. Probably take a quick action to pull those on. And then the leaper power is jump as a movement action, jump across a maximum distance. I assume you're giving them springy, the first one.
It's got to be whichever. It's got to be whichever one Nat has.
Yeah, you can jump. She has both of them, but yeah, so you can basically jump double your movement speed
So
as a movement action.
would the would Grant be able to jump onto the bike within a single jump, you think, at the distance he is right now?
You could jump to the bike, but you're not sure. You would either have to try to aim. It's moving fast. It's gonna be hard to manage. He teleported onto it instantly. Different than jumping on it. There's not an open place on the bike. I allowed an extra seat behind the driver. So you've got driver, Carvine, cat. So you're not sure. You could try to aim to land on the driver spot, which will definitely wreck the bike. Uh, and you might miss. It's going to be a pretty challenging task. So you tell me what you want to do.
He's gonna try to, if not land on the driver, at least land on the front of the bike where the driver is closest. So that's gonna be a. Let me take another look at the. Yeah, this is gonna be a regular body roll.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna be a body roll. This is basically like an acrobatics type situation, and the DR is pretty high. It's moving pretty fast.
I'm gonna
As
need to
he
spend 3 super points to reroll that. That's not a.
Not reroll.
no rerolls. Yep, no rerolls. We don't do that anymore.
Not
No
even
rerolls
the
at this
stage
table.
3 to reroll.
Yeah, we don't reroll anymore.
Okay.
Only an Oracle. Only somebody with the Oracle power rerolls.
Okay.
So I
Come
like
on,
it
she
too.
said
I like
reroll.
it. Wait.
If there's no reroll, then that's gonna be 16.
You can still bite
Okay.
down once he gives you the DC, like if he's close.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he's
not
nowhere.
anywhere close. He already said it was
The
gonna be
DR,
challenging, and that's a 16.
the
Oh,
DR, I would have considered if he'd have hit 5
ooh,
or lower. It's a chat. I mean, it's a bike skirt, and he's jumping towards it, and this is a power he's borrowed, so it's not something he's used to doing. So there's a
fair.
bunch of shit working against him here. So as you jump, you succeed landing right in front of the bike, and you hit and tick the front of it, and um, the bike slams into you and tumbles over the side and off the island and goes with
Not like
Carbine
that.
on there, Carbine the cat, the bot, uh, off the side. I'm gonna say with how high you rolled, you will have both of you, Carbine and Grant, give me a body roll to see if you can prevent yourselves. This is like a deck save yourselves from flying over the side with the bike.
Gene's like jaw has hit the floor as he's watched this cascade of horrible events.
It wasn't going to be good either necessarily unless you rolled super low. I'll tell you, Silas, because with the physics here, if you had hit the front of this
Yeah.
bike, it's going to wreck. no matter what.
Yeah.
So there would have been some, but if you had rolled lower, it wouldn't have been as extreme. All right. So a 5 and then a 3. Okay. So you can, both of you, you roll a, you realize you can grab and keep yourselves anchored onto the island, but the bike and the bot and the cat are going to keep going. So it's your choice if y'all are going to bail out.
I'm not going to yet.
Grant is going to sacrifice himself to save the cat because he's planning on just landing on his back so that the cat doesn't take as much fall damage, if any.
Well, the cat's
Actually, since
strapped
he's
to the
doing
back of the
that,
bike.
I'll bail. I'll bail if
Well,
he's
that
doing all that.
I
the
don't.
cat is the cat. Let me clarify, y'all. The cat's strapped in to a crate-like enclosure on the back of the bike. So the cat's still with the bike. That
Yeah.
hasn't changed. So as the bike and the bot are going over, the cat would be still with the bike.
I don't think fall damage is the worry here either, because this is the only island aside from the one we came from in like this infinite open air space. I think this is more of like a, if it falls too long, it's out of bounds thing, and we lose a hostage.
Y'all don't see anything.
That's my
Y'all
assumption.
don't see anything below. Yeah, it's just
Fact,
Oh,
Gene,
there's
darkness
I'm
nothing
gonna,
below.
off.
Yeah, I forgot about
I'm
that
gonna
from
let,
last session.
I'm gonna keep that in character as we should, and Gene's gonna yell that it's going over the edge. There's no land.
All right, I will stay on it then.
Wait a minute. Let me look up let me see if there's any sticky power I can use a weird power for.
Ooh, there we go. Use those weird powers. Gene's already busted his weird. He can't, he can't use it anymore.
Well,
Hang on.
you've already used a weird power, so you can't use another one. You've already used a leaper power. When he gave you the boots, that helps you. That allows you to activate your weird power.
Oh, that counts as a weird.
Oh.
If I imbue an item and give them the imbued item, it counts as them using the weird
So,
power.
will you post what it
If I
says?
knew
Because
that, I wouldn't have.
it has
Yeah,
information.
yeah. I'll post it.
And to me,
Oh.
it's not meant to let somebody use two weird powers in the same turn. That becomes stacking weird powers. First of all, it takes your free action to activate the weird power, so you already did that. So you will not be able to use another weird power because you already activated a weird power. So no matter what it says, there's no situation where you're going to use two weird powers in the same turn. That would be ridiculous. That would be beyond
If I knew
ridiculous.
it would have taken a weird power, I just would have taken my chances not doing that.
To
All right.
activate a weird power, it requires a free action. You already did that. So you lost your free action, so you can't activate another weird power.
It makes sense to me. After you said stacking weird powers, that makes sense to me. It doesn't explicitly say that in the power, but I do follow
But
that. I follow that
what I'm
logic.
saying, brother, is that in the rules, it says it requires a free action to activate a weird power.
Oh, okay.
So he already used his free action this turn to activate the weird power. You only get one free action per turn.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So that's already balanced right there. So at this point, your turn's over, Grant, because I gave you one last save to see if you could save yourself. So what I need to know, Carbine said he's staying on the bike. I just need to know, Grant, whether you're gonna react quick enough to stay on the island or whether you're gonna go over with the bike.
He's staying on the island because he's done what he can do in this situation.
All right. It is the Superbot's turn. As it comes to the Superbot's turn, they stabilize and the bike, instead of tumbling, begins to hover. It's about, we'll say by now, about 20 feet down and off the side of the island. And he's hovering and he looks back at you and he turns the wheel. He's trying to shake you off the bike. So I need a body
Okay.
counter check. This is going to be the bike's turn. Oh, by the way, the timer's been ticking the whole time. Where we picked up was at 91. Went through one round, so it's gone to 101, 102, 103, 104, 105.
So would this count as an attack counter check?
No, this is a deck save, basically. This is acrobatics.
Oh, it's not a counter
Good try,
check at all.
good try, though. No, this is like a save. This is to see if you can hold on. You're not being directly
Not
attacked.
good.
Good.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Good. Y'all gotten too comfortable
Um,
fucking winning all the time, so y'all need to have some failure.
about doubles, it's a 6.
A 6. Okay. As you attempt to stay in yourself and you feel like you got it, he switches direction and goes back the other way, and you find yourself slipping off, and now you're spiraling down into this expanse. As he is going to lash out at you as you're falling and take 2 swipes with the scythe-like arms. So I need 2 counter check.
Ooh.
Body move and unless can you use mind instead of body?
I can for counter checks.
These are counter checks. These
Yeah.
are yeah. So you're gonna need to
And I have
be
advantage because he's attacked me before.
a 9 and an 11.
Okay, my first roll is going to be a 2.
Okay.
And the second roll is going to be a 5.
Okay. So you're able to both of them miss as you move further out of his way as you begin to fall. And he looks away from you and uses the rest of his turn to hover back up onto the island where he continues zooming around, picking up where he left off. Meanwhile, Carvine is falling. Grant
How far away am I from the island?
will I'll give you that information when it gets back to your turn. Unless you can do something out of turn.
Teleport
No,
quick
I already
action.
used my quick action,
Oh, damn. That
I
sucks.
think.
Yeah. I'll let you know what's going on once we get to your turn. Right now you don't have this is happening so fast, you don't have a chance to react yet. So you don't know where you are. You just know, oh shit, I'm falling. In that same split moment, Ant and Nat. Ant, just stay here with me in the center. He's going around the outside. Let them take care of this. If he keeps with the same pattern, he's just going to stay around the perimeter. I'm going to keep her here. Keep her safe. Take him out. But save Misfit. It'll be okay, Misfit. The whole time you're here, like the cat's just been freaking out, been tossed around, and is not enjoying the situation. Grant, as the hover bike hovers back up, it begins to zoom past you, and as you are there on the edge where it initially fell off, that's going to bring us back to Eugene at the top of initiative.
Gene's going to Gene's going to move to the edge of the island, the path that he thinks this cycle's going to keep rolling. He's going to take his cane sword out, and he's going to slowly start walking towards the cycle, almost like he's walking almost like he's staring it down. If I gotta make what would be a taunt? Because Gene's done. He's taking the cane out. He's circling around, pointing it at the robot, and then just walking.
Okay. You tell me, are you trying to be physically imposing or are you trying to psych him out with your mind?
I would love to say mine, but I think this is a physical action.
Okay.
He's not saying anything or using any kind of psychology against him. It's straight up just you,
Gotcha.
me.
Okay. So that'll be a body check as you're trying to intimidate the bot.
It's a 7.
Okay. Meets. So I also rolled a 7. So the bot is taking notice, it seems, and it starts to angle its bike more directly towards you
All right. Other.
as you call for its attention.
All right. In that case, Gene's gonna wait. If he closes ground with us, then I'm gonna attack like we're lancers on a field.
Okay. All right. So that brings us as the timer ticks 111, 112, 113. Carbine, you find yourself now tumbling, and as you spin around and you look up, first you see nothing below you. It's just this expanse of black void. As you look up at the island, you realize you're about 25, 30, 35 feet away.
Oh, okay. That's not much at all. I will use my quick action then to teleport back to the island, please.
Okay. As you
Such a clutch
teleport
power.
up,
I don't want to be in
it
trouble
is.
anymore. Yay!
And then for the rest of the turn, he's still flying in his thing. He's not like hovering like just above the ground, is he?
Yeah, it's a hover bike. They hover.
All right,
They're
in my
known to do
mind, he's been like whizzing all around.
that. What's that?
Okay,
He's staying
it
like
doesn't matter.
a few feet from the ground. It seems pretty obvious that he's kind of programmed to do the circle, and that's what he's returning to do.
Okay, I use my movement action to go to him, and with my standard action, I would like to try to grapple him.
Go to him. Go to him. Uh, dude, he's on a hover bike that's going like 50 miles an hour, and you're on feet. So how are you expect? Because he's still moving, even though the map shows him right there. As you go to run over to him, he's moving away from you at the same time. So imagine trying to run up to somebody who's riding a motorcycle away from you. I'm not sure how you would expect to do that. Now you could teleport to him if you could still do that this turn, but there are limits. You can only do it once per turn. Oh no. What you're gonna have to do something else. But no, you can't run over to somebody riding a motorcycle away from you and grab them on foot. You're not that fast.
So he's not right there then.
Yeah, he's right there, but he's also going 50 miles an hour.
Okay, so I'll just dodge since I can't move up
So the
to him.
match can only do so much, y'all. He doesn't stop moving in between turns and wait for you to run over to him. He flew back up. He's hauling ass. He goes to turn towards Gene because Gene taunts him. He's moving like 50 miles an hour. The map is just doing its best to show you where things are, right? So I think y'all agree that it doesn't make sense that he would stop 50 miles to zero, wait for you to run over and grab him, and then start moving again. That's not what's happening. That would defy logic.
Like, like through the break of his turn though, like if I could get to where his like character is right there on my turn, would it make sense that I'd be able to like intercede? him on his way over there and try to grab him?
So if he was behind you and he was coming towards you, but he's moving away from you. So
So I'll just
again,
move towards the
y'all are
middle
thinking
then.
you're thinking of this as a static map, dude. Like they're right here and they're gonna stay right there when you start moving. Really, when it gets to their turn, it's back to the beginning of your turn. So I feel like this should make sense. Is this not making sense to you? He's in a
No,
moving
I get
vehicle.
what you're saying, but
Just like if you were in a moving
just
vehicle,
basically,
I would let the enemy run up and jump on your vehicle on their turn. So
I
you
don't know.
you came
I guess
forward, you teleported. You were falling. Let's just to help you understand. You were falling. You teleported back up and you appeared right there. You look up and he's hauling ass away from you, about 10 feet away from you, 15 feet away from you. So you tell me how you're going to catch up with him while he's going 50 miles an hour and you're going 0.
suppose I can't. So I will just move to the middle of the map and dodge as my standard action.
Okay. Yeah, I want to make sure that we're on the same page because that was a scene. You teleport up, he's hauling ass, he's about 15 feet away from you, and he's going away from you at 50 miles an hour. So as you run over, he's still moving.
Cool.
But our two-dimensional map can't really. It's doing its best job, man. It's doing its best
That's
job.
good.
Yeah. So you run there, you dodge. That brings us to Grant's turn. Same situation for you. The bike came back up and it is hauling ass down away from you. Now you could have definitely shot at him or something, right, Caden? And like, because that's going to go way faster, like a bullet or a arrow or something. That's going to be able to be shot, but you wouldn't be able to physically run up. So if you wanted to take a ranged attack, you could have definitely done that.
It's fine.
Okay. So Silas, same information for Grant. It's your turn.
So the bot is going like in a circle around the perimeter of the island, right?
Yeah. So it's
Making
been
sure.
taking. It started off, and it looks like it's continuing to fall, but now it looks like it might be at least deviating a little bit from its path to try to run
Hmm.
over Gene, who's taunting it.
Uh, Grant is gonna yell out, "Jane, buddy, just go back to the center with Carvine and the clients and dodge. I'll take care of the vehicle." And he's going to not chase after the motorbike, but he's going to go as far to the left as he can just to intercept the bike when it eventually drives to that point.
Okay, so you're gonna head it off as you realize it's way faster than you. So I'd say with your, since we said 200 feet across, with your movement and your standard action, you could get like there. Did you want to stay near the edge?
Uh, he's going to be like a couple feet from the edge, but yeah, pretty close to the
Like
end
up
goal
here?
is he's going to try to intercept the bike when it eventually gets to the
Okay.
there.
So does that look good? Where I
Yeah.
put you? Okay. All right. That brings us to Superbot's turn. It's going to continue hauling ass, but it's going to uh I get about that far as it swerves around this corner down here, and it's kind of aiming for Eugene, and it's now about 50 feet away from you as it is going to blast off another laser blast at you. Mhm. Ooh, gotta be a 5.
It is with much sadness I got a weird fail.
Oh
No!
no!
no.
Okay.
No
Y'all
rerolls to
watch.
save me. No weird powers to save me.
We couldn't
Gene
reroll
points.
a weird power in the first weird fail in the first place, so
Yeah, you can't. Gene points, taunts this spike. Comes at you, and then a blast. Laser hits you full in the chest, Gene. Engulf in fire. So immediately you're taking 3 hit points, 2 more mental points of damage. Blasted backwards off of the island. We're going to say with a weird fail that you are stunned for 1 round
Mm.
and on fire and plummeting.
Oh.
As Nat, oh shit, somebody help, help the old guy. And calls out, oh no, oh God. They both kind of look at you, Carbine. Do something. As it would be Gene's turn, but Gene, you are in shock.
Yeah.
All you can do is tumble. Intense pain. You're going to take 2 more hit points and 2 more mental points of damage at the end of that turn as you continue to fall and you find yourself spiraling. Put us in Gene's head in his shocked state right now.
I think Gene felt confident. In Gene's mind, he was going to get this taunt off. He was going to have a showdown with this bike, and as it came at him, he was going to try and roll out the way, use his sword cane to free the cage with the cat. Completely surprised as this thing turns and launches this laser at him. Maybe he was somewhat distracted by the call out from the team. Barely see, almost thinking he lost Carvine, being told, hey, just don't even go for the bike, go for the center. But the laser goes off and he's just not able to act. He's an old man and he's going through a lot today. Could have just been his joints. But he is engulfed in this laser blast. And his immediate recognition is the pain. But the second thing that comes to mind is the fact that it's beyond pain at this point. He barely feels it as he sees his suit torn apart and some of his flesh begin to burn. And he feels the weightlessness as he's thrown off the island and back into open air. At that point, his mind just shuts down as he begins falling.
Oof. Take a super point for that bone chilling look into Gene here. As Carbine, you have the pleading Nat and Ant looking to you. Nat, I can jump down there, but I can't do anything for him. Help him. 121,
I'm just like thinking,
2.
thinking in his head. Oh, Gene causes so much problems. First the armament thing. Now it's um I'm gonna hmm. if I if I teleport, can I teleport to Gene? Or would I have to use like my movement action to get to like the edge of the island and then teleport down to him? Is is that viable?
Are you trying to save your movement?
Particularly no. Yeah, I'll just move to the edge of the island and teleport to Gene. That's a good point.
All right. So Gene's tumbling. You're going to run over here and then you're going to teleport down to Gene. So you find yourself now with Gene and both of you are falling. What does Carbine do once he gets there?
Can I use my standard action to put out his fire?
It's a quick action. So if you want to upgrade that to standard action, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Quite a mess you found yourself in. As I'm like handing out the things.
He's totally out of it and not even verbalizing or responding to you. He just looks like he's in intense pain and trauma and freaking out. But Gene, you do have the comfort now. You're not alone. You do have Carbon. You aren't on fire anymore. And
Now
the
we're
situation
both out of the fight. Grant, say what
situation Grant, you are up as both of your compatriots are now falling, one of them severely injured, and the other gone to the rescue. As it's your turn. That's good stuff, y'all. Oh, our new rules are making so much more drama.
Grant is going to. He is going to try and stay within the motorbike's path, but he is going to try and move in such a way that if it, instead of making a circuit like it was around the perimeter island, just make a beeline straight toward Grant, he's going to move in such a way that he's not. He's going to try and be within the path of where the motorbike's moving, but not to where if the bike decides to go straight across instead, run over the client's hostages.
Okay, smart, because you already saw that its weapon, it does damage in a straight line. Even if it shot its weapon at you, it could hit them as well. So as you stay around the perimeter, we'll say you could get about right here. Does that work? Going further
Yeah.
towards where the bike's coming from, staying out of the line. Since you're intentionally trying to avoid staying in line, and you're using your standard action and your movement, we could get you. We could get you a little further. All right, and that's part. I started to feel bad, Caden, because you were right. You're like, well, he's 15 feet away. My movement's this. That's part of the reason I don't like using maps. Because if we weren't using a map, you would have realized he's speeding away from me. I can't catch up with him. You know what I'm saying? I also don't feel super bad because you could just fucking teleport out of midair onto the island. So you already fucking got out of hot water. So you're being a little greedy. Oh, I've been through everything all in one turn. So I don't feel bad anymore. All right. I got to go by the logic, y'all. We got to as much as we can. All right. So that is your turn, Grant. You're not sure. You can't see what's going on with your compatriots that are falling down. It looks like Nat and Ant are safe in the middle as the bot evens out and it hauls ass and it's going to blast off at you. Laser blast. As it could probably, it's pretty fast, so it could probably get about right here. Give me a body counter check.
That is a 5.
Damn, still rolling really fucking good.
Yeah. Watch me roll a weird fail next.
Please don't.
And your last 2 rolls were 5s. Yeah, 3 of your last 4 rolls were 5s. Yep, still rolling. Well, seem to be dodging math rules. All right. You able to dodge this one, and it brings us down to Ant and Nat's turn, and they are gonna just huddle together and be like, "Wait, you got to take him out. What happened to your buddies there?" They're standing. Just Nat actually looks like she wants to do something to help, but she realizes she should probably just stay back and stay with Ant, who has really no combat experience or skills. As the timer continues ticking, it Gene comes to your turn and you snap out of your shock as you see Carbine's there with you and it's patting out the last of the flames as it has come to your turn. The timer that you can see as you're floating and it's just ever present 131, 132, 133.
Thank you, Carbide. I don't know how to describe that. But how are we gonna get out of this one? That's gonna be Gene's only action as they're falling. Actually, no, yeah, it is. Because I shouldn't have said it, but I did say he dismissed the helicopter earlier, so he no longer has a helicopter hat.
Oh, okay. Now you could have tucked it away, but still have it be an active power. How long does it last?
I think an hour.
You're weird. I think it's a minute. Weird powers. There's no way weird power lasts an hour
Let me.
unless I need to change a rule.
You might be right. It's
I think it's a full minute.
Weird Power Master extends it a little bit.
It gives you a minute instead of whatever it's supposed to
Okay.
be for your round.
Then yeah,
So
okay, yeah, I was getting it confused with the instill powers, which last for an hour.
so we're
The
in round
yeah.
4. 40 seconds. Still have 20 seconds left of it. You could have tucked it away and you could pull it back out. I mean, because technically it's still active.
Well, it's been 4 rounds in this battle. It was active back in the last battle because he got pushed off the edge, used it to move back up on, and then I grabbed Nat, and it
Okay,
took
yeah,
rounds
you're
to move
right.
it down. So I think
I
it's,
thought
as much as I would love for
you
it
had
to be
popped it
active,
out.
I think it's inactive.
I thought you had popped it out right before you had flew her down, but you had done it before
Yeah, I
that.
did
So
this.
you're right.
He didn't save himself.
Well, you would have had 10 seconds left, but yeah, you'd used it in the previous battle to save yourself, like teleporting or flying and learning ways to adapt to the situation. So yes, it would be gone.
Okay. So yeah, in that case, Gene's not going to do anything else with the action other than thank Carbine for saving his ass, and he's just gonna stare up at the island as it's slowly getting further away.
All right. Caden, it is your turn, and thanks to you, brother, I'm so glad that you're using the teleport power during our playtest because I am going to change the rules, and you're going to have a certain number of charges. It's going to probably be rank +1 per short rest. It is too OP to teleport every turn. So it's still going to be badass. You're still going to be able to do something nobody else can do. You'll just have to choose it a little more wisely. So rank +1 times per short rest, not per long rest. So all basically in each battle you'll be able to do it a few times, which I think is super fucking clutch on its own. So it is your turn. Okay. We will not worry about how many times you've done it so far since I just made the rule change. I don't fuck you. But moving forward after this combat, that'll be the rule.
Okay, after this combat, it takes effect.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want to screw you and change a rule in the middle of combat that changes your plans. That wouldn't be very nice.
Oh, Gene, I think this is our stop, and I'd like to use my quick action to teleport us back to the island if we're close enough, and if Gene is
Yeah,
willing.
and I'm serious, Caden. I'm glad you're doing this, man, because you always want to think about it on the other end too. You don't really want to have an enemy that can just teleport whenever they want, and also it just makes it less cool if you can do one thing all the time, like form every time or like teleport every time. Then it starts to be gimmicky and not creative, you know, uh, even cheap. So you teleport yourselves back up to the island now. You can choose where to teleport yourself within that teleportation range since you've been on the island before, at least medium range. So you've got 100 feet. So you tell me where you want to go up towards like the middle.
We'll go to the we'll go north of Grant and Ant, in between them. So kind of in the
So like there,
yeah, perfect, perfect.
okay, about give you about there. All right. What else?
I'm gonna dodge.
What's it look like when Carbine goes to dodge mode? A
Yeah,
cat with their back arched.
he's in his dog uniform right now, so
Oh, it's
he's a
dog out.
dog.
The
So
dog.
he's gonna actually start rolling on the floor. Get it low.
Get down and ready. All right. That will be Carvine's turn. Carvine's turn. Grant, your pals are back up here with you. So one complication checked off the list, at least for now, as barreling towards you is the hover bike. Superbot. It is your turn.
Uh, so there's a feature that Grant has as part of a major muscle that he gets once a day. Perform a legendary feat of strength with long-lasting consequences. If you spend 3 super points or get a weird win, I'm just gonna spend 3 super points. Let me just paste that in the chat.
Nice squeeze.
Okay.
And basically, how I'm going to flavor this is Grant is going to go from a humanoid form into forming like almost a amorphous blob that will absorb the impact of the motorbike crashing into him. And just for good measure, I also have a feature of Rough Hide, which will let me shirk
Ooh.
off all HP damage from a physical attack or injury with a quick action. So basically, the plan is Grant is going to allow the bike to crash into him, and that will stop the motorbike for the rest of us to gang up on the bot.
Okay.
And grab the cat.
Awesome. I love the plan's awesome. I like the creativity. So I am going to end up changing that rule because I used it myself as my PC in Chris's game, and I realized that it's a little awkward the way it is. So the way it is now, you can do it when if you get a weird win, which doesn't happen that much, or
They
using
use
three
3
super
super points.
yeah, or using 3 super points, which you did. What I'm going to update it to, not now, I'll let you do. I like your idea. I'm going to update it to when you succeed on a strength check, you can use 3 super points to make it a legendary success. So I need there to be a roll moving forward. Not
Okay.
this time. Moving forward, I want it to turn a win into a legendary win. I don't like the idea of, unless you get lucky and you do it once a day or something, of not rolling at all. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
it does say once per day perform the legendary feat of strength,
Y-
so.
Yeah, it is once per
I mean, I
day.
still like the idea of if you win, turn it into a legendary win, but it does say once a day already.
Because
If you're
you're
worried
already
about that.
good at strength stuff, right? So there's a good chance you're going to win, right? Because you have advantage. It lowers the DR because you're already strong, right? So you're probably going to win. It just lets you win and then do something extra. So I'm going to make a note because I'm going to end up changing that, but we'll go with what you're doing now. So as you hunker down into this form, speeding towards you is the bike. Now, we're I was gonna say I'll roll to see if they're gonna go around you, but we'll just say that they've targeted you and that they are gonna try to slam into you. Be like,
That would literally be
"Yeah, good
such
idea."
a fuck you. Like, no, I really like your idea. It's really cool. They're gonna go around you.
Yeah. But they decide to turn the wheel, go around you. Sorry, wasted all those points. Sucks for you. As they barrel towards you to attempting to apparently knock you off, uh, slams into you, and but with your rough hide and with your legendary feat of strength, I want you to paint the full picture for us, Silas. What happens here to stop this bike without doing damage to the cat? And even since you're doing this once a day skill, how do you somehow maneuver it to where the cat is freed safely?
Uh, so Grant is made up of a number of different types of ants, a number of different types. So he's got the trapdoor ants at the very front to ignore the first impact of damage. And instead of acting as a solid mass like you would assume a wall to act, Grant is in fact made of multiple ants. So instead of immediately getting crushed, those ants instead move almost like a liquid, almost. And you can see the impact crash sort of ripple out across the mass that Grant has formed. And when the bike crashes into Grant, it's sort of the back of the hover bike tilts up, sort of launches the cat off of the bike, and as the force sort of ripples through Grant, a little bit of it raises up to catch the box that the cat is in midair.
Nice. I love it. Nat and Ant. Whoa! And start clapping. Oh, that was badass. You okay? Uh, During this, we'll say that the crate breaks apart. Cat jumps out and races down and runs over Ant and Nat, who scoop it up. It's a big old group hug as they are reunited. The bot, the bike is wrecked and crushed. The bot flies off, and as it goes to hit the ground, it turns into a spherical like ball of mercury and splatters into the ground and then reforms into a solid form. And the bot is going to be about right here. And as they gather themselves, they fling this mercury like substance that their body's made of in a splash attack in a circle around them. And I need a body roll off from all three of you as you find yourselves being rained down on by this hot liquid metal.
That's a 14.
This might be it for Gene.
Go ahead and toss them up in there. 14. Okay. Bringing that average up a little bit. So your average is like a 6 now.
Mm.
No, my fucking computer just crashed all. It's about time for a break, anyways. Like literally just blue screen crash. All right. You'll have to tell me your roll.
Fucking,
Can I use,
you're teleporting too
can I
much.
use
I'd
my
like to use
teleport
teleport.
I'm gonna teleport.
out, out of the?
It's once per short
So
rest. Are you gonna
once,
use once per short rest teleport? Yeah.
yes, please.
I like the teleport. Oh no shit. Would you like to teleport? That's like a fucking
we
in D&D.
all our
Somebody
characters
playing
get all our characters get action figures, and the button on the back of the button on the back of Carbine's character just says, "I teleport. I teleport.
I'd like
I
to teleport.
teleport."
I'd like to teleport. I teleport. We've got Gene, the old man who studies and he can pull items, and he's got a ghostly figure that follows him around. And he's learning the deep spirituality. We got Grant, who's a pile of ants from alien origin, who's been able to use his ants to do everything from stretching to almost flying, creating hard shells, and healing. And then we've got Carva, who teleports.
And pepper sprays. Don't forget the pepper spray.
yeah, yeah, and it tases.
Pepper. I have taser pepper spray. Yep.
I know these rich characters, and then the guy that teleports. I love it. All right. So what were our rolls? It was 14,
7.
7. Yeah.
I teleport out of the way.
Post yet that ability, can you? I don't know. You tell us what you can do.
Take a shot every
You
time
should know
Carbine
better.
teleports.
I did post it. It's teleport out of the way of a physical attack or object with a quick action, instantly moving an immediate distance in the chosen direction.
Uh, Read it one more time. I got it right here. Teleport out of the way of physical attack, a physical attack or object. The only reason I hesitate is that this is an area of effect. So it's affecting everything within the area. So you'd have to teleport out of the area, and you can only teleport an immediate distance. I don't think that'll put you out of the area. This
It's
is
like a
more.
wave.
Go ahead. So it's like so.
So is
So
it
to
not
paint the
like
picture,
a ring
it's like
attack?
bursted. So I'll tell you what happened. It bursted, and it's like raining hot mercury
So
around you.
not a ring, more like a circle-shaped AOE. So you would just
Like
teleport
an
back
area.
into the AOE.
So what you're
You
saying,
have
Clayton, is maybe you could teleport for a second until it hits and then reappear. So avoid like the contact part of it. Huh. I feel like we need more clarity in there with the physical attack. Okay, yeah, it's once per short rest. That's fine. You can teleport in between the raindrops. Sure, sure.
yeah.
I would say
It's just
you'd
that
have to time
Elden
it
Ring
to
memes.
where, yeah, you'd have to time it to where it's like napalm almost hitting, and you'd have to blink away as it's about to hit, and then blink back. That makes sense. That's fine. It's once per short rest, so we don't need to be too nitpicky about it. I rolled an 8. So that's going to be a hit for only Grant. Yep. And I'm getting back to my notes here. Clear all my error messages. It's going to inflict 2 hit points of damage. And it's also going to blind you. As Grant, you find yourself covered in this metallic liquid that covers your horde form and it blocks out your ability to see for 1 round. So it's hit point damage and blinded for 1 round. Yeah, so it'll be 1 hit point instead of 2.
Yeah.
As the rest of the form collects back together and it forms into a smaller version of the Superbot as part of its remaining covering Grant's form. As the rest of it solidifies, we are going to take a short break. Because I've needed one for a while and I got to get everything pulled back up as the timer ticks 141, 142.
Oh, brother. So this robot had multi-limbed, was it oozing? And soul ride?
This Soul
I'm
Ride,
assuming what it just used was oozing, the being able to blind.
fluidic,
Fluidic.
and then limb transformer and fluidic and Soul Ride.
Cool
So
shit,
you
cool
are
shit.
just getting to see fluidic. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's do a 12 minutes. So come back at 5 at 10 after.
In fact, I was surprised actually when I was looking through there for like an agility move. I didn't see one. I didn't even think of looking at martial artists though. I was like, there's nothing in agility, and I was like, shield bearer sounds close, but that's like creating a shield. I was like, I could probably reflavor shield bearer or something.
Yeah, that
But no,
character I
martial arts is
played,
exactly what I'm looking for.
good. In our Weird Wednesday game, that was what I had, the defensive martial arts, and I had the spongy,
Yeah.
the absorb. So I was just like fucking a tank who gives it back to you.
That was specifically what I wasn't looking for, though. I didn't want anything about absorbing. I didn't want anything about taking a hit, because I think his
Yeah.
Gene's aesthetic would rely more on him being dodgy, wiry. So, but
Yeah.
martial artist defender works perfect for that because it's dodge and then advantage on counters.
Counter.
So that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Chris,
That'd be
you
good
could
for you.
also look at the speedy feature. The second one is like pretty good for like defensive checks.
I thought I checked speedy, but I might have missed something.
Huh.
I'm looking at the power, and I'm not.
Rapid reflexes. That could be it too.
I
Yeah, you got
posted the
some.
living limb powers in chat, the animated limbs, and I'm not seeing. I mean, it definitely would make sense that they'd be limited to like one at a time
Look
for
at the
balance
very
reasons.
beginning of the feature. Living limb, one chosen body part.
I read that as like one at a time, though. I mean, I do agree that it should be like one at a time, but the way it's worded, it could be interpreted as like you only animate one per round or something.
One chosen body part is an animated limb. Says it right there, very straightforward, right? It's one. One
Yeah,
of your
but
limbs is it.
if you detach it, does it
Okay.
still count as that animated limb for you?
It's
Or
still
can
an
you
animated
detach
limb.
it? Okay.
If you detach it, isn't it still an animated limb?
Hmm.
So yeah, it still counts as an animated limb if it's still an animated limb. So it's one at a time. There have to be some controls, and that one's pretty straightforward. That one's very clear. But we definitely want to catch anything that is not, which we've been doing. I'm gonna do with things like teleport. I'm gonna do charges, things that are OP, like we do with like healing stuff. So like you'll have a number of teleport charges equal to rank +1,
You're not
and then
live, by the way. It's currently 3:09.
oh,
When we
Chris, I
saw
Oh,
thought
the
we
you
went
feedback.
we went live with sound. I haven't turned the cams on yet,
Oh, okay.
but I'll turn cams
so
on if we're ready.
I thought we were fully live when you said we went live earlier. So I'll have it set up for some of those like teleportation where you have a number of charges equal to rank +1, and then in the ability description will say use a charge, use a teleport charge too. So then you'll just decide when to use them, and then you'll get them back after a short rest. In that case, because there have to be some balances on things. Otherwise, not even fun because you just always got an out or always do the same thing. So we'll keep it creative and we'll keep it balanced, given a lot of flexibility as well. So as we come back from our commercial break, which I'm going to start sending us off on our breaks for a commercial break, which was our sponsor, Dream Loops, sleep forever, wake never. Uh, all across the multiverse, people who were using the bathroom or getting some refreshments or maybe flipping other channels are tuning back in as the commercial break is over. And throughout the multiverse, we hear a wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka. It's weird now. As the commercial break ends, I want to check in on each of our three viewers across the multiverse. Let's go in reverse order. Let's start with you, Silas. What'd your boy do during the commercial break? And paint us a picture as he gets ready for the show to continue. And then we'll do Caden, and then we'll do Chris, and I'll be listening.
You cut to Bunk going, "Yay! They finally had a vehicle in this episode! Look, come look at the TV! Oh, no, wait, it's commercial break. But what We're the back from commercial. Come look at the TV. Stay still, you little runt. He says to the TV-headed detour denizen that's functioning as a TV right now. He's still cowering in fear the whole time. And, then we get to the gecko-headed character Kane made up.
Back to Randy Rash. As we like go back, you see a TV underwater, and suddenly the water like flushes, and so it's just a TV inside of the toilet. And Randy pulls his
The
head out.
sausage was from
Uh-huh. What'd you do that for? And you see
I
like
had to.
another gecko-headed man in like a big old business suit. Get back to work, and he points at the urinals. So Randy went back to went back to his urinal, and like as you get like a closer view of it, the urinal's actually got like a computer keyboard, and then a monitor comes on as he like sits on the floor. He starts typing. He's just thinking about how cool it was that everybody was falling. Although he thought it was lame that the dude kept teleporting them out. It would have been cooler if they just like all fell. That was such a cool place. And he hears the boss close the door, and he gets like a big side eye towards the toilet as he turns his urinal computer off.
Kroguk and his similar gel-like mold people are sitting on the old broken ship chair watching the screen. As the commercials are coming to a close, they're all passed out. An empty crate filled with what remains of the bugs they were eating, just a couple legs and maybe some wings. And then as the dun dun starts playing, they start yelling each other awake. Yeah, we're back.
Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka. Gets weird now. As all across the multiverse, these three, as well as billions, not trillions of others, are tuning in after our commercial break. Welcome back to SupPR LA, a Super Weird Studios production. Thank you to this week's sponsor, Dream Loose. Sleep forever, wake never. Now back to the action. As the camera zooms in, we see a superbot that's reforming. Some of its metallic, fluidic body is covering Grant, who seems to be, for the moment, in some pain and limited in ability and senses. As we are on this large floating island, about 200-foot sides squared. We'll say that the Superbot's hover bike, after being absorbed and crushed by Grant, crumbled and fell off the side of the island and down into the void. As now the bot without their bike is standing. You've got all three of your hostages in the center of the island huddled together. You've got your client Nat, or at least this digital version of her, with her lover Ant and their cat Misfit, reunited. All of them healthy and good spirits. Ant had taken some damage that was healed by a shroom, and standing menacingly, the Superbot. Comes to your turn, Gene.
Gene is
So
not looking good. Severely burnt. Most of his suit is torn up, tarnished. He's still got a wild look in his eyes because he's taken almost half his mental point damage. So he's wildly looking around, very paranoid. He is going to open the door in his chest, dismiss the spring brutes he produced earlier, and he is going to start fumbling around for another item to help him. It takes a full round for him to make a weird chip, but he's going to start pulling some mushrooms out of his chest. Won't be till next round we can use them. I think I missed that earlier with the spring boots. It's a full round for him to produce an item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why we want to. It's best to post the description so we don't miss anything. Even if we do, we sometimes miss stuff. But yeah, it's So if anybody to memorize everything. Y'all do know your characters well though, because you use them well. That is important.
Yeah, that'll be it for Gene's action. As next round, I'm going to use soothing shrooms to produce some help.
Okay. As Gene seems to be going into recovery mode, comes to you, Carvine slash Oni. You've got your enemy here, but they lost their vehicle, their mount.
Yes. And now they have fallen into my genius plan. I would like
Mm.
to move up to the Superbot. I would like to tase it.
All right.
Classic.
Right here in the middle. Pull out the taser and go for a tase. Give me body check.
That will be a 5.
A 5. Well, that hits. I got 12. So this would be 2 hit points. Wait, 5. Yeah, that would be 2 hit points, but it's double because this bot is vulnerable to electrical damage, being a
Noise.
bot. And I would say that if one of the things you all have noticed is that certain enemies might have certain weaknesses and certain strengths that you all are having to grapple with. And the training's doing exactly what it's supposed to, which is exposing you to some environmental and other situations that are causing you to have to, adjust. Uh, I would say the way that manifests in the world is you do have your Ghost Strat app, which is keeping notes along with, of course, the recordings, which will be made available to your supervisors. As you hit the bot begins zzz, and it starts to now move a little more janky as it's taken some severe injury here, and it looks to be pretty heavily injured, even though it's about the first damage this bot has taken. Anything else for your turn?
Yes, I would love to use my quick action to teleport north.
Okay, sure you would. Do it while you can.
Well, I can exactly.
You teleporting to?
I'm just teleporting like a short distance up.
All right. I'm surprised at you, Caden. I wouldn't think you'd want to do something that cheap. You have some integrity, sir. I thought you did. uh, if I put it this way, if I have lucky in D&D, I'm not using that shit. That's cheap as fuck. All right. The clock is continuing to tick. 145, 146. As we get to Grant's turn.
So while Grant is blind, he does hear that Gene is visibly fucked up and already knows, even before he got sprayed, that Gene is visibly fucked up. So he is going to use the soothing shroom power that he already has and plucks a shroom off his back and just sort of holds it in front of his face. Not really sure where Gene is, saying, Gene, buddy, just take one of my shrooms. You'll feel better. I can't come to you, but follow the sound of my voice if you're blind too. And he's also just gonna spend the rest of his turn just trying to get the want off him.
All right. So you got holding out this mass is this burning metallic liquid is and a sizzling on him, and he can't see apparently as he's holding out to try to help you. And you yourself are focused on helping yourself right now, so you can't really react as it comes to the superbot's turn. And he's gonna go after the one that just tased him. He's going to run up to you. And yeah, fuck your teleporting. I just walk on my feet over there. I know you avoided an attack of opportunity, so that was smart. All right. It is going to run up and it is going to form its arm into what you could only describe as like a cannon. And then, so the metallic arm, which looks like humanoid and it's not expressive and detailed, but you know, 5 fingers or probably like mittened kind of, changes and turns into a cylinder. And it looks like a cylinder that could be loaded with something, and points it at you, as doesn't run all the way up to you, but runs pretty close and blast out this spherical glob of this mercury like metallic liquid that blast out at you. So give me a body counter check as you attempt to avoid getting hit.
And thanks to analytical mind, I have advantage and I can use my mind score this attack.
Fuck. Fuck. I wish I could reroll. I'm gonna start giving all my NPCs Oracle.
Oh, jeez.
Just as a oh, and Earth S, by the way, everybody except for y'all has Oracle. This is just how the game. Just y'all were the only ones born without it.
That's a 7.
Yeah, I rolled a fucking 19 on the dice.
Oof.
So, it's going to be a 17, and you definitely going to miss. Is going to pull up their other arm that forms into the same thing and take another shot at you.
No.
Fuck! I rolled another 19 twice in
Definitely
a
got
row.
less than that.
Dude, oh,
The dice have turned on you.
damn! I haven't been doing that great. I've been doing reasonable, but fuck that.
That one's a
Hey,
6.
all right, miss and miss, and if a faceless, emotionless bot could be frustrated, this one would be. Uh, so, Aunt Nat and Misfit are just together, cuddling, and in fact, uh, Nat is gonna bring them down here and like, come on, get away. They got this. Now just stay safe. Stay behind me. Just loving on the cat. The cat's like snuggling into both of them, but shooting dirty looks over at the rest of y'all, for blaming the ordeal on anybody else. True cat fashion, as the timer 150, 151. All right, Gene, mean Gene.
Gene is going to abandon his search for the item he was going to make since he has Grant offering him a mushroom. So, free action, eat the mushroom. So that's
Okay.
1d10 plus 1 HP. fucking 2 HP. Fuck, dude.
2 whole hit points, yeah.
So Gene's looking a little better. Can Gene do anything to help get this burning mercury liquid off of Grant's like visor, off of his face, where I assume his eyes are?
By the end of the right as your turn begins, that it fell to the ground, the liquid, and it remerged with the bot. It was only for 1 round.
Excellent. In that case, whew. I don't know if I want to put Gene in danger, but honestly, Gene's gonna take a sword cane out and he's going to start hobbling towards the robot. Would I be able to get to the robot and attack this round?
So you would have had to have gone over to Grant to get the mushroom from him.
Okay.
So you'd have had to use your movement to do that, and then it'd be free action each. So you'd still have a standard and a quick, but you wouldn't have any more movement. So if you had a ranged, which everybody should have a ranged attack, just some kind of ranged weapon.
I know I never gave Gene a ranged weapon.
Yeah, everybody
Been
should
meaning to
have
get him a
melee.
one. I've been meaning to get him a gun, but I haven't given him a gun yet. Well, actually, shit. Reaches inside his door, inside this house, this compartment of curios, and he's going to pull out a flintlock, and he's going to aim
Yeah.
it at the robot as he's walking towards it, and he's
Okay.
going to fire, which is going to be a disadvantage, but still something.
Certainly, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
It's going to be a
Okay.
8.
I finally rolled better. Gene's the one who's getting his ass kicked. He's the only one I'm rolling well
It's
against.
not a good day for
Uh,
Gene.
What'd you roll?
8.
Okay, I rolled a 4, so at least it's not above a minor. Well, no, I missed. So you just missed. I wasn't
Yeah.
attacking you.
Yeah.
I'm just used to kicking your ass, so I just thought I was kicking your ass again. So dodge out of the way.
Yeah, Gene's like one of his eyes is closed. He's like walking with a limp, using his cane to actually move, and he's just taking the gun and fires off a wide shot.
I like to think when he ate the mushrooms, only to his hit points, like one of his eyebrows grew back. It was still missing. It's like-
Let's be fair.
Just a little bit of fucking help.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, every day can't be your day, can it, Gene? As we come to Carbine's turn, this bot's still standing. It's giving y'all a hard time. 153, 154.
Carmine's wiping his forehead, looking at the two options in front of him. He's gonna press the left button, and I'm gonna move up and taser.
Uh-huh. That's a big surprise.
I'm tasering his kneecaps though.
I'm going to put a rule in
Oh.
Superwood that every time you try the same thing in combat, it gets harder every time. Like you have to add one to it every time you repeat the
Right.
same attack.
All right, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it a little more interesting. I'm gonna do a called
would be-
shot. I'm gonna do a called shot to his kneecap to
You're gonna
I'm gonna
call
tase his
tase.
kneecap to get. Yeah, I want that joke to not work.
You call it doing a call tase on the cap.
Tactical
All right,
tase.
no cap. Is it going to be cap or no
Gonna-
cap for the kids out there?
No cap.
No cap. All right, what'd you roll?
I have disadvantage, correct?
Rolled trash again. Yeah, it's a call shot.
13.
13.
Yes.
Ooh, barely. I rolled 12, so you just missed. You can use super point. You can use super point.
I feel like that's cheap though.
That's the perfect time to do it.
No, this thing's kicking our ass, man. Spend those points.
The perfect time to use it. You only need to use.
Alright, alright.
I'll be the devil on your shoulder. Spend those points.
Hey, I love. Honestly, I hope y'all like it. I love that we're not rolling extra dice.
Me too.
So we're pulling off the fucking dice. It's making things much more dramatic and a lot more fucking still is flowing fast. So I really have no problem with y'all using super point now and then to win, since we're not doing rerolls because we're still basing it off that first roll. So it doesn't feel cheap to me.
I will listen to the Gene on my shoulder. Gene and Bartley on my shoulder.
Especially if it's one away. Yeah.
Use the super points.
Both Gene and Bartley are like, just do it. Just do it, child.
So
Use the
imagine, like,
force, Luke.
Use the
I'm going to
points.
like tase the kneecap, and the bot's able to react and like move its knee out of the way. And to like make up for the miss using the super point, I want to open up a portal as I'm like tasing to redirect the tase to his kneecap.
Oh, cool. Okay, see, that's the way to use a portal.
Hell yeah.
Keep your super point,
Cool shit.
because that's bad. Keep your super point. I'll give it right back to you. So yeah, you hit and you like throw a portal up, and then it redirects it like portal style, like video game portal style, like again. I digs it. As the knee busts out and it goes down and is now prone. and takes some significant damage as you see that basically at the knee it just breaks apart. So it can't support itself on that leg anymore. So end up prone and more damage now.
Okay, and then with my free action, I just want to yell out, "Get him off the edge," and that'll be my turn.
I'm gonna shoot the motherfucker.
All right. This is fun. Grant.
Grant is going to run up to the bot and just immediately attempt to deck it in the face, or its equivalent of a face.
Okay. Yeah, it's down the ground. We'll say it's like half propped up on one of its arms and its other knee. So you can run up and you can hit it in the face. Yeah. Give me your body check.
That is a 12. I'm going to play it off as Grant is still reeling from the mercury to the face.
So I get a 7, so it misses, and we'll say that part of it's also as it's collapsed to the ground, it's real janky, and it's somehow and it's like convulsing and moving and losing its balance. It's harder to hit. So yeah, you whiff on that one. What else for Grant?
I'm going to use my quick action to do another attack on it. I do have advantage on unarmed attacks, so that's just going to be a straight roll. Yeah,
That'd be a 9.
13.
Okay. Again, you're hitting it, and it's like trying to hit something that's on the ground and convulsing around. So it's hard to get good contact. There's not a lot as much left to aim for either. Anything else for Grant?
That's it for his turn.
Okay. All right. It's going to bring us to the bolt. The bolt, which you watch as it steadies itself for a moment, and then out of its leg, the liquid forms and reforms into a peg leg. As a limb transformer can transform up to 2 limbs into a tool or a weapon with a free action, it's
Damn.
just transforming it into a stick. As it stands now, not as mobile, but able to stand. And that was a free action.
That's not good.
It's a pirate robot. Run.
Is going to splash out again. And I need body counter checks from all of you as it erupts and explodes into a mass of like magma like mercury as liquid metal falls from the sky in a short range, so in a 30-foot radius around. Smart of Nat to move them away. They're not in any kind of danger. Need body roll-offs from all of you. Chuckleheads.
I'm getting real lucky with my rolls for Gene. I say after 2 rounds ago when I had a fucking weird foul.
All right. So y'all are gonna have to beat okay. Hold on, I gotta be honest here.
Unless it's a weird fail, Grant is getting his shit wrecked.
I think I rolled 18. Haven't
What?
rolled 18 recently, have I? Wait, yeah, I did. It was a 16. Okay. So I was just making sure that I didn't roll twice. So I actually rolled a 3. I'll roll a 5 minus 2. So anybody who fails that is blinded. If anybody roll above an 8,
I rolled a 17, but I do have resistance to
Whoa.
8 to physical
8,
damage.
13, so 3 hit points if you rolled that high. So if you rolled an 8, 2 hit points. Below an 8, 1. 13 or higher, 3.
But that round down to,
Holy.
I'm guessing it round down to a 2 and not a 1 because of the resistance to physical damage, right?
It says it gives the specifics in the rules somewhere about how
Hang
to.
on.
I think it's in the armor section. If it's not in that power section, I can find it. Is it not in the rules? Does it not say which goes to which? Because I give examples of odds specifically for that, and I think that you take the greater amount.
Okay, yeah,
But
so just 2. Okay.
let me
Just
look.
making sure.
It's usually round up.
Yeah, let me look because it's different in ours. It's half and half. So it says while wearing armor, the character is resistant to physical damage. Half hit point damage rounded up.
Okay.
So the remainder, yeah, says it. The person who wrote the rules put that in there.
Mm.
All right. So those of you that fell not only take your injury, but you find yourself blinded as this hot burning metal is not only searing you, but it's also gotten in your eyes and you're blinking in a way. It's just like intense burning as you can't see for one round either. Nat and Ant and Misfit. Oh shit! You guys, just get it off the island. It's wrecking you. I'm not going to get us anywhere close. You've got this? Listen to my voice. I'm going to continue making noise. I'll tell you if it moves. It's in the same place, right where it was. It's starting to reform part of it. I'll tell you if anything happens. Nat starts calling out instructions to you to help you using her analytical, strategic mind. And she's running point for you. As we get to your turn, Gene. You're blinded, you're severely injured, and you're up.
Gene's going to try and unblind himself, but I imagine he's going to have trouble doing that.
Uh, how are you going to try to do that? You tell me. As the clock's ticking, y'all wouldn't see this, but Ant and Nat would see it, and Misfit as it 161, 162.
Well, never mind. Gene knows it's hot and mercurish. He saw Grant get hit by it earlier, but he did notice that it did seem to fall out by itself. So he's gonna wait it out. If I can, I'll hold my action until that happens. Is that something I can do?
I'll tell you, it's not going to fall to the end of the round, and by
Okay.
then your turn.
Fair enough. Gene's just gonna wait it out then. If anything, he's going to try and blind load his flintlock pistol.
Okay. As you go to load your weapon, get ready for when you can see, it brings us to Carvine's turn. Carvine, you're the boss. This is the type of situation where a leader might be needed. It's occurring to you. And Oni, here's one. Your whole team is blinded, injured, and the clock's ticking. And it is up to you to take action.
Heck yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing it in here in the super weird list. I'm not seeing the nuke power.
What do you mean, nuke power? What would that power do?
Probably like calling a nuclear bomb. That's my first idea.
There
Uh,
are explosive powers that release energy and make explosions.
Man, I would love to blow up right now.
Let me see what we can
Oh,
find for
I better not though. Oh wait, this looks fun.
Coin Master. Coin Master can craft a coin that explodes on contact to inflict hit point and fire damage. That's one option. Elementalist can hurl an elemental weapon that explodes to destroy the weapon and inflicts elemental damage as well as hit point damage in a ranged area. Kinetic charge is one of the powers. Charged up. You can charge a tiny object and choose when it explodes or use it as a ranged weapon that explodes. So, and then Plantkin. You can produce toxic fruits that explode. So there are 5 powers that have explosive abilities. I love this game. It's just how do you want to make something explode? That's the question. You can also call lightning. If you want to drag it with lightning with a fucking weather master. Did you just tell me what you want to do, and as you,
Lightning.
I'll give you your
Okay.
example.
No, you're onto something with the lightning. I think I want to take a
Check out,
flying shot in
go
the
check
dark,
out,
and I,
go
I want
check
to
out
tase it.
Weathermaster. Go check out Weathermaster. Cloud Mine. Instead of Cloud 9, it's Cloud Mine. This guy's funny. You got a small cloud over your head. Call down a lightning strike that inflicts hit point damage and burning. You also know these things are vulnerable to electrical damage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call on my handy pocket Zeus, and I'm gonna try to tase it.
How does this manifest? How do you? So you're using a weird power? Is that what's going on here? And you're gonna do
Nope,
weather math?
nope. I'm just tasing.
Oh, you're just gonna tase. Okay.
all
After
that's
all
just
that,
a defaulted tase.
after all that, I gave you so many options that are just broad and you could build off of, and then
That's
you're
so
gonna fucking
awesome.
tase.
That's so awesome.
Wow.
Sorry,
Wow.
I got scared of blowing up.
Hold on, I got to make a note. Post an LFG looking for replacement member of group. Okay, go ahead. Use your taser.
Is it disadvantage?
Okay, I need you to stay after and meet with me after this.
You get disadvantage just because God hates you specifically. By God, I mean the DM.
Make your fucking roll, dude. Just make your roll.
19.
You got an old school Nintendo controller with A and B. It's teleport shock. Teleport shock. I roll 13. What'd
I
you
got a
roll?
19.
Okay. It serves you right. I do think it should get harder every time you try the same thing or because your enemy's going to be more ready for it, right? So I'm like, if you try to attack an enemy with the same attack more than once, then they have advantage on their counter check because they already know what the fuck you're doing. Maybe we should make a rule like that to encourage creativity. I like it.
Just
I
alternate
don't-
between swarm punch, swarm punch, swarm punch. You punch
If you
twice to change it
attack-
up, and then back to swarm.
If you attack a creature with an attack you've already used, then they have advantage on the counter
I have,
check.
I
I'm
have
just
that power.
yeah, I know there is a power that does that actually. So that's it for your turn.
Yeah, I tried.
All right. Did you though? Did you give it your all?
Did you though?
The
God damn.
taser, the taser,
Grant,
the taser seems to work really
is
well.
that really trying? I'm gonna just do this again. Is that really trying? Grant, go ahead.
Instead of punching, Grant is going to attempt to kick the bot while it's down. Same kind of rolls. That's just like kicking is just for flavor text.
Kick it. All right, kick it.
Right, so that is a 9.
Run up and start kicking it. All right. All right, 9. You kick it, and you get a solid kick on it because it's on the ground, and it's even more damage now. Sparks coming up, little plumes of smoke. And that's not on the ground anymore, standing on its peg leg. as it does look slightly more damaged than it was.
And offhand attack, which is just a straight roll because I have advantage, but the disadvantage will cancel that out, is an 11 attempting to kick it again.
Okay, that time miss as it is ready for your second kick and moves out of the way. And anything else for your turn?
That is it for Grant.
All right, it is the Superbot's turn. It's going to stretch, and its liquid-like limbs are going to wrap around both of you. I need body counter checks. Actually, no. It's only going to do it to Carbine. Need body counter check, Carbine.
Just because of the taser thing.
Yes.
Well, this is a program being creative and trying different things other than splashing at you multiple times. It's adapting
Oh man.
strategically.
Okay, that's
It's
gonna be
adapting. Cough, cough.
Do I have
Don't use the
disadvantage?
taser.
In a
Being
very
blinded?
obvious, simple way. What's up?
Do I have disadvantage from being blinded?
So this is not sight based. This is like strength based. So no.
Okay. So with that, that's gonna be a 9.
Okay. I'll roll a 7 on the die, so it's going to be a 5. So you are grappled, and the bot, realizing it's on its last leg, is going to drag you with it over the edge. You are wrapped up in a bot which has teleportation dampening armor.
Is that for real?
No, I'm fucking with you. As it plunges off the side with you in its grasps, and y'all watch it fall over the side. That brings us to Nat and Ant and Misfit. We're gonna stay huddled together. Be like, shit. Oh, that's your friend that can teleport. Stupid bot. Brings us back to Gene's turn. 170.
Gene,
171.
Gene, mad that he didn't get a chance to shoot with his gun, just throws it to the ground and sits down, knowing that Carbine can hopefully just teleport back up.
Look over the edge and you see him falling. As Carvine, your turn. You're grabbed by the spot and it's falling with you. It was assuming we were going by the new rules where you can't just teleport as much as you want. It must
Oh,
not have. It's already been updated too early.
computer, get me out of this mess. I would like to teleport back up to the island.
Sure. As the bot itself continues tumbling down, now by itself, and falls and gets smaller and smaller. 173, 174. Out of initiative, I'm going to start the timer. The world is yours. Wait, I'll start the timer after I give you all this description. The bot falls into nothingness, but as you look down, manifesting at various different depths below you are 3 glowing exit portals. One of them is short distance, one's medium, and one is far. So you're notified by the GhostRat app that each portal can only be used by one agent and one hostage. To give you the breakdown of how far away this means in footage, It's 30 for short, 100 for medium, and I think it's 250. No, 30. Yeah, 30, 100, 250. So one of them's about 30 foot down off to the left, down below the island. One of them's about 100 foot down, kind of in the middle, and one's about 250 feet. It's much harder to see. It's much smaller, and the world is yours. Clock's ticking.
All right, give me the cat. I'll take the portal that's farthest down. You two try to sort out which portal you'll take.
You can get down there.
Yeah, I can jump down, no problem. I'm not really affected by gravity unless I'm wrapped around two other people.
Okay. Gene, you want to take the short one? You can take the cat.
Yes, thank you. I think Grant said he was taking the cat.
Oh,
Yeah, I was planning on
I
taking
know.
the cat because I figure the cat I can at least cushion the cat's fall if nothing else.
Nat and I will take the short
that's fair.
distance one.
Okay. That means ants with me. All right, people, let's get out of here. And Carbine starts like slowly moving towards the edge.
All right, we're gonna go
He's
back
still beat
into
up.
initiative. We're gonna go back into initiative order. That was about 30 seconds. So the clock is ticking. 201, 202. We'll just stay in the same initiative order that we were in before. So, Gene, you were going to be partnered with
Nat.
Nat. All right, and y'all are going to be jumping into the
Shortest.
down into the portal that's only about 30 foot down. Now, Nat is a leaper. Nat is skilled in this. So, all right. Actually, why don't you take Ant? I can easily get to the far one by myself.
Gene shaking free of all the damage he's taken goes, yes, actually, that makes a lot more sense. The shortest one, let me take the cat.
Yeah, hang on. Let me give you the cat. Here you go.
Okay. All
See
right.
everyone on the other side.
All right. So, Gene, this is going to be a body check to see how well you can maneuver yourself uh, into the portal. It's not the DR is going to be the lowest for you, or the highest, the easiest for you.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. As you position yourself and jump, you realize, okay, there's no wind to worry about. It's just 30 foot. It's not far out, so it's not gonna. I just gotta not fucking stumble. I gotta not have some kind of weird fail. As you jump off and the cat claws onto you. You take 1 hit point of non-lethal damage. It's not. Don't tack it on your others, but you're definitely clawed up through your like burnt costume as you materialize back in conference room, uh, intact. Still the memory of the damage. It was definitely real. You can definitely still feel it, but you made it. All right, Carvine, you've got Ant. What's the plan? Let me guess. Let me guess.
For
Taser.
you,
It's gonna
Ant.
taser.
Why? Yeah.
If I could be
I'm gonna
presumptuous
taser and then
in
I'm gonna
this
teleport.
matter,
I'm gonna taser and then you're gonna teleport through.
if I could, I would love to use my quick action to teleport to the portal.
Yeah, man. Go for it. Yep, this is your last chance to just fucking use it willy nilly. So, uh, do it. As you see him grab Ant, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna trust you." And then blink, blink through. You feel yourself after traveling through the digital fluidic stream rematerializing and You see the jeans kind of checking himself as the two of you have made it with your hostages. Nat looks at you, Grant, and see on the other side. She leaps right into the portal, leaving you, Grant, as the last one remaining.
Grant is going to leap in right after Nat, just in case Nat needs to be nudged into the portal at the last second.
Okay. Well,
Just
she can leap into it easily because she's got leaper ability. You don't have that ability. It's 250 feet away. How are you getting 250 away with accuracy?
oh, wait, it's 250 away, like horizontally. I thought it was just 250 vertically.
It's 250 feet down. And it's not straight down, it's a little bit off to the side, as I described earlier. They're each kind of in different locations.
Grant is going to sort of move back and do like a move back to like the center of the island and then do a running jump off of the thing just to get a little extra momentum.
Okay. All right. So purely basing it off your athletic skills here.
Yep.
All right. Give me a body check.
Okay. So that's an 8. Can I use 3 super points to mark that down to a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5 now.
Okay. 5 is the minimum of what you needed. So uh, good thing you didn't roll any higher than an 8. As I think we should cap super point use at 3. I don't know. I don't think it should be based on rank. As it's written now, it's 3. I think any more than that's going to be too extreme. So you find yourself hurtling down, and you're falling for longer than you thought you might, and it's zooming up at you fast. And you're able to angle yourself just to where you're able to get through the portal, and you have to kind of brace yourself as then you feel yourself flowing through this digital network, and even by the time you rematerialize you still have kind of that falling feeling, Grant, and you kind of have to catch yourself as you three gather yourselves and you find yourselves back together, and the timer on all of your super bands 210 seconds.
That
World
could have
is your
gone better.
We all lived, and we saved all of our hostages.
Yes, well done. Minimal injury as well. So me and the other supervisors will review this along with the other ones. We'll get back to you guys. But day is yours to do as you see fit. And good job, everybody.
I'm gonna go lay down. I need a rest. There's a lot of exertion for me.
Mm. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my office real quick. Do something less intensive, like I don't know, paperwork or something. See ya.
as you all gather yourselves and process everything that just happened and part ways uh, for the moment, we hear some music begin to play in the background. Wow, wow.
Already?
It gets weird now. Wow, wow. Go wow,
Oh,
wow. It's weird now. Wow, wow. Go wow. People across the multiverse are starting to bob their heads and recover from that crazy episode full of combat action, which isn't always the case for SupPR but has been recently. As wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, gets weird now. Our narrator pipes in. All right, Weirdos, that's it for this episode of SupPR presented by Super Weird Studios. Thank you to this week's sponsor, Dream Loops. Sleep forever, wake never. Until next Super Sunday, keep it weird, y'all. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, gets weird now. Wow, wow, chicka. Credits begin to roll as we call an end to this episode of Super Elite. Y'all, we just did a full session of combat. It was one fucking combat for 3 hours.
That robot
With
was
one
tough.
opponent.
It was fun.
One
Though.
opponent.
It was fun
Yeah,
though.
it was fun.
I don't remember
was a
a
lot.
moment, at least for me, that I was like, man, I really wish this was over. I felt like we had tactical decisions to make each round. Shit was happening. Shit was dynamic. It wasn't just, okay, I run up and attack. Shoot an arrow. I run up and attack. Shoot an arrow. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, man, I did not think that was going to take the whole sesh. That was wild. Like you said, Caden, like, it's crazy that we're already out of time. That's
Oh.
nuts. Well played, everybody. Everybody can take 3 super points. And thank you for anybody who watched. Another fun game. Y'all rescued the hostages. There were some sketchy moments. Gene got fucked up.
Gene was almost dead. Gene got down to 2 HP. 7 mental
I was
points
at
and
3.
2 HP. That's
Ooh.
a good combat. Any combat where you've got one or more of the PCs. In our example here, more than half the group near death. Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're giving y'all some training so y'all can get some shit together, because these are single opponents too. You could be fighting like 2 or 3 of these guys at the same time. So yeah, because you're saying right.
Let's we haven't stopped the stream yet. we'll see when next time.
Well, they can hear this post stream.
Bye.
So yeah.